on my lunch break, and another thing I'm trying to challenge is not just always having sandwiches for lunch, which I do every single day, but actually having like a cooked lunch, like pasta, noodles, pizza, stuff which I kind of just call dinner food in my head. But it's not, is it? Food is just food. Like, my body's not a clock. My body doesn't know what time of day it is or what meal it is. It just eats food. It's the first time I've done it, so pretty scared. Okay, time out. Freak myself out by having too many options. And then I'm that weirdo going from shop to shop to shop because I can't decide. Also, I thought I decided on noodles, like the wok station. But when I looked at it, you have to choose like your meat, and then your noodles, and then your veg, and then the sauce. But one of the freaking noodle options is vegetables. That's not a fucking noodle. And of course my head, straight away, automatic, go for the veg. It's like it's literally ingrained in my brain, like the lower calorie option is always the best. Right. Ah, for fuck's sake. Opposite actions, opposite actions. Okay. Right, noodles, Meg. Lots of thoughts, all the noodles. Okay, here we go. Let's do it. Right, challenge repeat. I'm gonna try and have dinner food for lunch again. I don't know, like pasta or something. But it's feeling really difficult because I'm stressed out of my freaking brain right now. I just went to pick up Brendan's car from its service because he couldn't get there in time. But like, the people in the garage were being so annoying. Like, so the woman told me how much it was, had this like sheet, which I took over to the cashier, but then he didn't understand the sheet. So he's then phoning the woman who's literally like 3 feet away from him and asking her questions, and then she's shouting back at him, and then another customer came to her, and then she had to phone someone on the other side of the office, and then she's shouting at that person down the phone, and I was literally just stood there like, what the actual fuck? So eventually I paid, took the car outside, and then I had to like park it. And in Dubai you pay for parking with a text, but my phone contract's been cut off, of course. So I couldn't text, and I didn't have any change, so I had to go back in with 10 dirhams to get them to change it, and then the friggin' pay machine wouldn't take my money, so then I had to go to another machine across the road. But it is like so hot in Dubai at the moment. It's like, I don't know what it is, over 40 degrees Celsius, absolutely boiling, getting really stressed out, just thinking like, oh my god, and now I have to go and eat pasta for lunch. Oh, which is really stupid because the two things are not related. Like, I do not need to not eat my lunch because I got stressed out at the garage. Like, I kind of think of it as like, imagine if you had a leak in your kitchen and you went and painted your bedroom walls to try and fix it. Like, it's not related. Me being stressed out and food is not related. So I'm trying to use it as a chance to like rewire my brain, uncouple not eating and stress or whatever, unlearn the fear of dinner food not being allowed at lunch, like pasta or pizza. It does feel so much harder when I'm stressed out. Okay. No. love salt and butter. It's so good. You ever tried it? Delightful.
Salted.
It probably is salted butter. It is. Oh, yeah, that's too much salt then. Yeah, it's just taking that salt out there.
Rising up like phoenixes, I'm tired of pushed to the ground. Speaking my heart like it really is, 'cause I can't take another no. I see, I like, I go, I get, no one can holding me back. I see, I like, I go, I get, go, I get, go, I get, go, I get now.
Finished. That actually wasn't as bad as I expected it to be. Didn't make me as frustrated as I expected. Partway through, I started getting thoughts of like, I should be leaving half. And I was thinking, oh, normal people don't eat a full plate of pasta for lunch. It's too much. Like, I think things like, oh, my sister would cut it in half. My sister would leave half. Normal people would leave some. So that was tempting, but I think I'm not normal people at the moment, and I kind of think like what I'm trying to show myself is that I can eat a full plate of pasta for lunch and it's okay. Like, I'm not going to balloon up or gain a shit ton of weight, or like it's not this scary awful thing that I think it is. And then if I leave some, I know that next time I come to eat it, I'll be like, oh well, last time you left some, so you have to leave some this time. Like, my rule will then become like, you're allowed pasta for lunch, but you can't eat all of it, you have to leave half. So weirdly, I kind of find like it actually lessens my anxiety to just say to myself, like, I just eat everything on my plate, and then I don't have to have that like mental battle during my meal of like, how much shall I leave? And then I leave some and I'm like, oh, you should have left more. And the next time I think, well, last time this is how much you left, and whatever. Like, it's just, I don't know, I just find it really head fucky, honestly. Food is just food. My body doesn't actually require certain foods at certain meals and whatever. Like, that's my head that makes up those rules. Yeah, exposure, I guess. Like, I need to do it to realise it's not this terrible, awful, scary thing, even though it still kind of feels like it at the moment. But I'm hoping if I do it a few times, I don't know, the anxiety will pass a bit. Ugh. Beyonce. So I'm once again lying on the sofa with the cat and apple juice, and I'm watching a new series on the BBC called The Capture, which is awesome. It's like a thriller. I don't know how many episodes there are, but they're only 3 hours at the moment, so I'm binge watching those. So the start of this video was also recorded a few months ago, and it's another thing that's gotten so much easier over the summer. I think just through doing it, honestly, like again and again, and now I'm not so scared of dinner food at lunchtime. Actually, our first meal when we went home was a pub lunch for my grandma's 90th birthday, and I had a burger and chips. One day we took my grandma out, had a glass of wine, I had scampi and chips and mushy peas, and then another day for lunch my dad made risotto. So like in at the deep end, but I was like really glad I'd been practicing it before and done it a few times, because it definitely made it a lot easier. And even with the risotto, like in the past, I've always had my portion first before the butter and the cheese goes in, like my own little Meg adaptation, or anorexia adaptation really, to save on unnecessary calories, as I would have said. But I don't know, this time I was kind of just like, fuck it, like everyone else is eating it as it comes, I can too. Food is just food, normal people make normal food. So yeah, I just totally joined in with everyone else, had it exactly as it came, and it was fine. Like nothing bad happened. Like, yeah, I think I've just learnt now it is fine. I don't know why I had this rule in my head that I couldn't have dinner food at lunchtime. And I still love sandwiches at lunchtime. Like, that is still my favourite lunch, but it's kind of good to have the ability to have other stuff for lunch, like so that if we go home and my dad's making risotto, I can join in. Or like if people at work are going for an office lunch, I can go with them without having fucking anxiety attacks about it. But I know that if I hadn't started this and like faced these things a few months ago, I would still be just as scared of dinner food at lunchtime now. Like my fear wouldn't just go. I don't just unlearn fears. Like they are going. I'm getting so much better, but I'm not waiting till it's easy and then I'll do it. Like it's becoming easier because I'm doing it. So hopefully other people are having this experience too, like I guess just with repeat exposure and challenging, that things are getting easier. And yeah, lots of love. Watch the capture, it's awesome. And speak to you soon.